Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury and this is...
Mike Patrick.
Welcome, mate. And what have you brought with you?
We now have the Montage M.
It's a big deal.
It is. I'm speechless, I can't talk.
So, you've had it not very long. How long have you had it?
Literally less than a week, not long at all.
And what are your first reactions to it? What have they put in that you're thinking, hang on, I dig this?
Why's my heart beating?
Yeah.
It's you know what? First reactions is they said to me it was going to be an upgrade. Personally, I don't think it's an upgrade. I think it's a completely different keyboard. Completely different keyboard, I promise you.
You almost sound like a salesman now. That sounds good.
That's not good.
No, but I know that's the thing. If for you to say that, that's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do the formalities and and talk about the specs and stuff, but it's all about the playing as well. So, the Montage M, you have 3 engines. The first engine is FMX. FMX was in the Montage original. So you get your algorithms and your operators, everything's the same apart from the fact that they've added a quick edit feature, which allows you to edit your FMX patches in a more efficient way. Right. Second engine, AWM2, that was also in the Montage. They've improved it now. It gets very technical with this engine. You get, basically you've got your preset ROM and you've got your user ROM. Your preset ROM gives you 128 notes of polyphony. Your user ROM gives you 128 notes of polyphony. Your preset ROM gives you 10 gig of memory. And then your flash user ROM gives you 3.7 gig of memory for your user sounds. Jeez,
that's a lot. That's a big old upgrade.
It is massive. It's even more than double. It's more than double. It's for the user at least anyway. But also not only that, for the nerds and for the people, including myself, that know how Yamaha build their sounds, normally what you do is you get 8 elements and 8 elements make one part. And then you can have 16 parts. What they've done now is they've given you 128 elements per one part. So do 128 times 16. That's how much power you have.
No way!
Yeah.
I literally saw Kojo's face just come up here. Because Kojo is a really well-respected musical director here in England. And that was why we always went to the Montage.
This is it.
If you're trying to cop sounds and...
This is it.
You could stack us, and for a guy into strings like you, this is wild, right?
This is wild. I mean, I'm not even done yet. On top of that, they've even got what they call it expanded articulation. So there's certain sounds where, depending on how you approach the sound, you get different articulations for like brass and string and woodwind sounds and stuff like that. So that is the second engine. The third engine is ANX. So people that know Yamaha, they released the keyboard in 1997. Yep, I got the nod from Steve. It was called the AN1X, and it was basically a virtual analog synth. It had great sounds. So what they've done is they've put that engine in the Montage M. With that one, you get 3 oscillators, 1 noise generator, you get 16 note polyphony, FM and ring modulation, and pulse width modulation. So you basically get a lot of power. On top of that, if you combine all of those engines, you can get up to 400 notes of polyphony. So that's the specs.
Wild.
It's crazy. It's really powerful.
What models are we talking? Are there going to be 3? This is like the 88?
This is the 88. You also get the Montage M6, Montage M7, and they have the same key beds. Well, the 6 and 7 have the same key beds as the normal Montage 6 and 7. The difference with this one, hence the name M8X, is that the 8 has polyphonic aftertouch.
Oh, right.
Like the CS80. So it's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yeah.
before we point out other stuff that's could be, you know, I can just point and be like, what's that?
Oh yeah, cool.
Let's listen to you play the thing. If
All
that's
right,
all right. Have you made these sounds or what?
Everything I play today, respectfully, is going to be presets.
Yeah.
And I'll say this as well, the presets for this particular keyboard are the best I've played since the Motif for me personally.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop nerding.
And the presets mean a lot, more than any other keyboard.
Yes.
Am I right in saying that
yeah.
like there's a whole community that we fondly... I mean, I'm not a part of it anymore because I'm buying red keyboards, I get it. But I was. And, but, you know, we fondly would be like, oh yeah, R&B soft, man.
Yeah, this is it. You know what the thing is, and I'll say this, a lot of keyboards, you know, the presets are really important because they're the things that inspire you to play. So for me, like I said, everything I play is going to be presets.
Cool.
So you can find it when you buy.
Yeah, and they defined whole eras of music.
Yes. You know what? Just because you said that, everything I play, I'm going to play different genres. I'm going to show you everything I play will be a different genre, just to show that how advanced it is, so to speak. But this expanded articulation thing I was talking about, this patch will hopefully demonstrate that. So let's see. For you, shall I?
Yeah.
Just one more for luck. This one's one of my favorites. This is again the articulation, the expanded articulation. So even with the super knob, I can actually take the articulation down, or I can push it even further, and then add in the tap tempo.
Heavy.
So yeah.
Well, let's go back to that first one that you played. Because am I right in saying that was a great demonstration of a lot of the new things you were talking about?
Yeah.
It sounded like there was a synth pad down here.
Yeah.
And then I'm hearing the articulations that you're triggering, like the tonguing on the flute.
Yeah.
I love that. Love it.
Yeah.
But the poly aftertouch, because you can dig in as much as you want, but that was staying there.
Well, technically, yeah. I mean, but then there's another type of the poly aftertouch I can even use as like a patch like this where I can demonstrate it even more. So I've got like a... So it'll be here. So as I dig in, it gives me more of a cut-off, that opens up the filter.
Oh, come on, man.
Still edit if I want. So I can even use it in the chords.
Right.
You see?
This is good.
Yeah.
And that changes contextually on what engine you're on, does it?
Well, it depends on what engine. So, for example,
Yeah.
that sound was the ANX, but it's just all the parameters for that engine. It works for all three engines.
And it's
as
a
well.
big deal
Yeah.
having a synth engine. And shout out to Scott's synth stuff. Scott, I've come up a few times
Okay.
In my YouTubing, because often people will say, you know, like Scott's done a better video on it, more technical, very technical guy. But he made a great point, which is that if this was going to have the engine that it does have,
Right.
well done, Scott, we can all breathe easy now. But a great point, which was AWM was amazing for all these parts, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
so you could stack, but then it wasn't very good at doing things like we did there with cut-offs and release.
Yeah.
Because you need a continuous model.
Exactly.
Instead of lots of interpolated samples.
Exactly.
So it never really could cop those synth sounds. That was the demo there.
This is and on top of that, I mean, this is just one page.
Right.
So it's like you've got a lot
Great
of control.
viewing angle on the screen.
Yeah.
I love that they took a different approach to it, to this main.
Yeah.
That's when you're in the heat of battle and you're doing your changes. That's very visible.
Yeah,
I dig
and
that.
like a lot of analog synths, you need real-time controls, and that's what this is. It's
Anything
real-time.
else about this panel? I know it's boring stuff, but like on the panel, they've changed some stuff around. It looks like.
Yes, I mean the scenes used to be here. They've moved here. It feels more comfortable here with the scenes. Got two shift buttons. I mean, a lot of people don't care about it, but I love that there's two shift buttons, because instead of having to do all of that, you can.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. What else is quite important and quite big, to be honest, is even the small thing of this being, it's almost like they've streamlined the features for they've given you like
that was intimidating.
Yeah, it was. But now I can actually even use the buttons to go through my live sets. When I go to performance mode, I can still change my live sets and my performances. Just press of a button. We've got this new navigation button, which is actually pretty cool, where if I press that, it just shows me all of the parameters for that patch. So if I want to change the filter, I get taken straight to the filter screen. If I want to go to, EQ is there.
Yeah.
So it literally means you can navigate to whatever parameter you want when it comes to editing your sounds, which is
almost looks helixy, like Yamaha. They've been talking because I've just been using the Yamaha. Helixy. I know it's line 6, but it's all the same thing. Looks killer.
It does.
Effects wise, have they done anything?
Well, it's funny you should say that. I mean, the effects were already great, but for me, I'm being biased.
MFX, wasn't it? Was it before?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. One particular effect that they've added. I mean, I'm a big organ fans. So they've added from the YC the VCM rotary speaker effect. They've put it in the Montage 8 now. But they've also done something interesting where they've got a ribbon. I'll be completely honest, I never used the ribbon ever on any keyboard.
No.
But on this one, what they've done now is they've set it that you can use the ribbon to control the rotary effect of an organ, which is
that's cool.
Pretty cool. So if again, it's just a shift, I'm pressing shift, and then I'm going to ribbon settings. And it shows me stop, slow, fast. So it means that if I've got it here, the rotary effect's on stop, slow, and fast. So as I'll just give you a little, So it's stop. So it's very efficient, very efficient.
With that in mind, I'm just thinking 15-year-old me would be like, let me hear the piano. Should we go?
Of course.
Because that's the amazing thing with it's like your all one-stop shop for any gig.
This is it. And again, I mean...
all the sounds.
All of the sounds. The funny thing is with this is that they haven't... I mean, the CFX always sounds great, but for some reason, it's the same piano. I mean, we've got the new Nashville piano and the felt piano from the YC series, but everything just sounds completely different.
Well, let's hear those three, if that's all right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, I'll start with Nashville then. You can actually play one of these, actually.
No.
That's the Nashville. You've got the upright felt piano. Beautiful, yeah.
With the effects, I realised that I may have cut you off.
Oh.
When I said, is it a new type of effect, or what are the numbers on the effects?
I think the effects are the same as a Montage. They are the same at the moment. Again, the VCM organ is...
We've got so many parts, like now the numbers are just getting crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a guy doing a Andrew Lloyd Webber show, someone go, yes! And we're like, I needed 129!
The thing is, with 129, you can only probably have one. You have to just map it all very carefully. But with the effects, to be honest, I was even like, I want more effects. I did say that, and Steve was like, look, how he uses the effects compared to me is very different. For example, like this Lofi whirly, I've not used effects this way. I don't know how they've got it, but I have to. It's made me realise I have to go and learn a bit more, because it's I've never had a sound like this before. Like, it's really...
Can we delve in? I want to see what's going on there.
Under the hood, yeah, we
let's
can.
have a look.
I mean, they've got two parts here.
Yeah.
So if I solo, I mean, one of them's going to be... That's the Rhodes. And then there's some kind of effect. I think this is going to be all the clatter in there. But again, it depends on velocity. So it's not even... One of them's...
Effects overview.
There you go.
Compressor and But this is great. It's just nice to see them keep with the times.
Yeah,
Lo-fi piano, things like that. That's really of the time.
This is it. There's another one. I need to hunt it out. But
get around the back.
There was a lo-fi piano that I heard, and it was like, what is this? I'm going to find it.
It feels less intimidating. There's way less lines on it, and like I'm rerouting the submatrix to get into it.
This is it. It makes so much more sense. This is a CFX. it's just
Wow. Yeah.
Mad with headphones.
We're dropping in because we forgot something, right? I forgot something. I went off into the weeds. What did we neglect to say?
we neglected to say that we also have the CFX Grand, which now only takes one part. Normally with, you know, it used to be about 2 or 3 parts. Now it's only one part, which basically saves a lot of power. So it just means you can have your CFX piano and then your strings like I like.
So if you were doing splits and layers before, 4 parts would go to that piano.
Yeah, basically, and now it's only one part.
And let's hear it as well.
Why not? Do you want to play it?
No.
Oh, fine, I'll play it.
I shrivel.
More for me? That's all good.
It's like going into cold water sitting next to you.
Oh,
and you're playing
my
piano.
goodness.
I'm shriveled. I've got nothing to show.
If you guys only knew. Anyway, also, I forgot to mention, you can see on every patch the part. So it's got the little white dot there telling me that there's only one part. But if I go up to, I know, CFX FMEP, it's got 2 parts. So you can basically see what's going on under the hood of every sound. Just that glancing at the screen.
That's good, yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, I'll play this.
It does sound good, doesn't it?
does, doesn't it?
I swear that they put something in the A to D or something on the posh ones, just
I don't know.
where it sounds even more expensive.
Yeah.
What is also? I remember you talking about FM and saying there was like an easier way to look at it or new ways to look at it.
Yes. So FMX now, to edit your sounds, this is all you need.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah. This is honestly all you need. So what I can obviously do is just, again, parameters are all here. I've got a bass sound, FMX. You can see the noise display.
Oh, you got an oscilloscope.
Yeah. So it just means, again, I think, even to the point you can see the algorithms.
I used to get confused with the matrix system up here. 'Cause
Yeah.
the light, I know that all was fair game, but it used to be a light. Now it's so much clearer.
It's so much easier. I mean, the DX7 before our time, 1983, I think. I'm 1988. But it was really, I heard it was really, really hard to program your sound. So this is really important. The quick edit screen just allows you to have so much more control over what you're doing. Not only that, I can actually also change how I view, for example, my synthesis. So with this particular patch, I've got like an analog view, a virtual analog view of what's going on. So if I want to even edit, I can just tap and it takes me straight to the filter screen or the amp. Or, you know, basically I have...
So you can choose what's on that screen baked into the preset almost?
Yes.
Like choose how you want to look at it.
Basically, yeah. And then, I mean, I haven't even mentioned we've got these new macro knobs which you can just toggle between different displays depending on what works for you. So here I can change and view my effects, or I can view, you know, the arpeggio, or you know what I mean, depending.
Yeah, there used to be just loads of lines everywhere, and like you were reading it. I think I've got all right eyesight, but this is so much clearer and more futuristic.
Yeah, I mean, it's even color coded. So depending on what synthesis you use, depends on what color you use. It's just a lot more easier to just be in control, and your workflow and everything else is so much simpler.
Wicked. It's a big deal when a montage comes around because the whole rest of the world, every hire company, every touring production out there has to think, oh, okay, we got to get it. We got to get the new one, and that's that tradition of it. It seems like they've respected that. Other than that, all the links will be below, all the specs, and you should just hear Mike play you out.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna, if you don't, I'll do a little string thing.
And then we'll get Scott on the line for all the tech stuff, yeah? All right, thanks so much for watching.
Wicked. Wicked.